Hi there. Welcome to this week's vlog. And I'm really happy to be here. Um, I felt myself as I was setting up to come and say hi, kind of excited. It's been a really good day. So, so my interesting Wow What a Ride story continues, but I don't want to spend a lot of time on it today. Um, at least not on my own story personally, because it's so complex. But I want to talk about the complexity of chronic illness and particularly a conversation that arose during the wisdom circles yesterday. Once a month, we get together with the wisdom circles where we really look at lipedema as a community and learn from one another. Dr. Carmody is there. And we had a particularly, at least for me, illuminating conversation yesterday. So, someone in the group brought up the complexity of dealing with the many different seemingly comorbidities that come along with lipedema and lymphedema. And I have to say, I think Dr. Carmody encapsulated it when he said that, you know, so much of healthcare is built around a particular system in the body. We have many different systems. We have the circulatory system, that's the heart and all of the arteries and veins and, the blood flow. We have like that. I can name many more systems. We have the digestive system, the lymphatic system, we have the muscular system, have the skeletal system. Hi, Sherry. Say hi if you're here. Sherry's from Florida. So good to see you. And anyone else who's here, say hi. So we have all these systems in our bodies. So our bodies are multi-dimensional and very complex because when you think about it, lipedema is not just one system. It involves the lymphatic system. We know that the research that Dr. Roxon's been doing has shown that lipedema is a lymphatic disorder. Hi, Julie. Good to see you from California. Um, we know because it involves fat tissue, adiposity or adipose tissue, that it involves the organ that we call fat. And fat is an organ, it's not just a random cell or groupings of cells, it's throughout the entire body. So it has a system, part of the endocrine system, which includes the hormones, because that's very integral to what goes on in our fat. Involves our metabolic system because there are different reasons why this particular fat does not respond to diet and exercise. So you're getting a sense as to the complexity, or at least I'm hoping that I'm expressing that complexity. So back, I was in the emergency room for 2 days and a night this week. So it was a long stint. I thought they were going to admit me, and then they decided to just keep me in the emergency room so they could just keep doing tests. So they did test after test after test. And the thing that I'm always, I almost can, under my breath, say what the doctor's going to say. But anyway, where the doctor comes and says, well, We really can't be sure. It's very complex. We don't see anything right now. We're going to release you and follow up with your primary care on Monday. so, um, so it's always a fascinating journey. And what really brought it into focus was one of the participants in the group talking about having different comorbidities, seeing different doctors, and having doctors across specialties. So, seeing a primary care, which is an internist, vascular doctor, a gynecologist. So you have all these doctors who have specialties. And how do you link them together? How do you make sure that they have a shared understanding and knowledge of the disease that you have, which in our case is often lipedema, lymphedema, and some of the comorbidities? Like me, I've been dealing with pretty um, acute thyroid issues for hypothyroidism. So, what a journey is all I can say. What a journey. And this woman who brought this up, oh, she was so articulate and clear and really was able to clearly express what happens going and trying to get help in the healthcare system. Oh. And from that point of view, it's how to sort it out. It's like having a mobile, you know, if you think of the mobile over most cribs, you get a mobile, right? And you get all of these different, usually butterflies and birds. And if you poke at one, the whole thing moves. They're not independent, they are dependent on one another. Very much so with all of what we've been talking about. Um, Someone is just asking if I'm still carnivore. I don't know what I am at this point, to be honest with you. Um, I am no longer a strict carnivore. It's been a very rocky road. Um, I went back to being plant based for a while, and I'm still looking for the place that I can land, which I still don't have. Keto is the closest that I can come, but I can't do fat. So I had to go to low fat. Um, so that's another piece of the puzzle. And so I'm glad that a Facebook user brought it up. I'm glad you brought it up because it's like nutrition is another part of this very complex puzzle. So when I started to have central lymphatic issues, the first thing they told me is get off of keto. You can't eat keto anymore. Like, why? Because who knew? But the lymphatics are very intricate to the lipid metabolism, which means that the fat that you ingest gets sorted and processed in your body through the small intestine by your lymphatic system. Who knew? Didn't know that. Learned about it. There are these small intestine processing units. It's the best I can call them. They're called villi. They look like a whole bunch of, like almost like under the sea. They have all these, like, I don't know what to call these, like my fingers, but um, and inside the villi, they have something called lacteals. And these lacteals are actually part of the lymphatic system that help to digest and process fat. Well, once I started having significant central lymphatic issues, it didn't work. It made everything so much worse. And still haven't sorted it out. They still really don't know what's going on, but they did tell me to stop eating fat. So I went to low fat. And you can't do a carnivore diet low fat. I mean, you could, but most meat is saturated fat. That's what makes it so good, actually. Okay. So the woman says same with her. She's having the same issues. And so this journey is so fascinating. When I can, and today happens to be a good day. And I'm like, what can I learn about this today? I'm learning so much. What can I learn about this? And that's the journey. And so I am I had a Perrin session. Dr. Perrin is coming to Boston. We invited him to teach a training certification session. So it's limited. There are only a certain number of seats. I think we have, I don't know, I think we have 6 seats left. But it's in February. So I had a parent session this morning, and I think that's part of why I'm feeling less foggy, much more grounded. And then after the parent session this afternoon, I had another physical therapy session. So Sunday's a day when I do as much physical therapy as I can. Um, and so I wanted to say that my plan is to put together an exploration group sometime in the new year about some of these anomalies. Issues that some of us have, not all of us have, but it's kind of curious. And let's see what we can find out about it. So stay tuned. In terms of what's coming up, I'm going to say that we have our town hall, which we do every year. I love the town hall. We have so much to celebrate this year. But we moved it to January 4th. We usually have it at the end of the year. Let me see if I can find the banner. I'm sure it's here because I saw. Here it is. Gail had it. She used it on Friday. Save the date. Our town hall is January 4th at 6 p.m. And 2 things happen that day. One is we talk about 2023 and share some of our moments of what memorable moments for one reason or to other. For me, some of the memorable moments are our paper was presented at 2 big conferences in Europe. Dr. Carmody actually was our representative and went to Italy and then to Germany. So we're going to talk a little bit about that and Potsdam and a number of different things. And then we're going to talk about the focus for 2024. One of the things that we've heard again and again and again is the thing that people appreciate the most is to understand about pain and pain management. So we have Brian and probably Dr. Carmody coming to talk about that, not only on the town hall, but as we move into 2024. It seems to be one of the single most thing that people want. Let's deal with the pain first. Once the pain is under control, then I can do the rest. So we're going to be looking at some of that. So please save the date. Let's see. Hi, Marcia from Texas. Um, I'm good today. It's a day at a time. I want to share with you. I This is Christmas, and I have to say that someone in the community just sent me the most wonderful Christmas gifts. Not well for me, but really for us, for Lipedema Simplified. And I want to share this one with you. Can you see this? It's Learn, Connect, Belong. Isn't that gorgeous? I want you all to see that. Oh my God. And I sat there and tears were coming because, to me, this is more precious than anything because, yeah, good. There it is. Got it. Because it really is about us. So often, Gail and I will do a presentation called Me, We, um, what is it called? Me, You, We, Us. And it's really about community. And that is, for me, the highlight of all of our work. So a big shout out for Sherry from Florida. She just unbelievable what she did. This is only one. She sent me there's like 10 or 12 different things like this. So as soon as I get a chance, I'm going to put them all out and take photographs and share them with everyone. Yeah, isn't it great, Marcia? Um, let's see. Just checking to see if there are any other comments. So I'm going to wrap up. I'm going to say next week is Christmas. I think. I think Christmas is on Monday. I think next Sunday is Christmas Eve. And Christmas Eve is usually when we celebrate. In my family, that's when we celebrate. But I'm going to take some time to celebrate with you next Christmas Eve. So, just to let you know, I'll be talking about whatever's happening, probably give a Christmas view to it all, and mostly just share the day to day, week by week journey of living with lipedema and lymphedema and what we keep learning about it. Love you lots. Talk to you soon. And yeah, thank you. Thank you all for all your comments and just showing up. Bye bye.